It's 6 p.m. here in New Orleans, and this is, well, a tribute to my wife, your mother, who 8.5 years ago passed away from lung cancer. And we thought, and as we have done in many years past, that we should try and do our best to raise a few dollars for cancer research, lung cancer research in particular. And so we encourage those who have joined us tonight, open your wallets. I don't want to sound like either an NPR fundraiser or a typical fund, but damn it, we're going to need you to open your wallets. What was that?
Keep going.
And so we're hoping to be able to raise some money. We set a goal of $10,000 this year, and knowing us too, I'll probably throw in some money, and Zach might throw in some money. I don't want to speak for him because it's his money, damn it. But yeah, we talk about my wife and her life and her dedication to the human cause, so to speak, and see what we can come up with for the evening.
We are nice and blurry tonight, Pop, so I'm not digging that. Say sorry, y'all. That's a bummer. Didn't realize we were going to be looking like we're in a potato right now.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Apparently, the Wi-Fi here is not as good as this evening as it was this morning.
Bummer. Yeah. We've got a goal that we're trying to hit. So thank you to everyone who contributes. Not quite sure what to do with the next whatever amount of time, but
well, and we, if you have some car edge questions or questions about buying a car, or we can try and help with that too tonight. But we will do what we can. My wife Suzanne, who passed away June 30th, 2017, had been diagnosed with stage 4 terminal lung cancer in December of 2014. If I remember correctly, you were in your third semester at the University of Pittsburgh. Your sister was finishing up her undergraduate studies at McGill University in Montreal, and it was just earlier in December that year that we found out Suzanne was ill, and that, as the doctor said, I'm not trying to scare you, but it's time to get things in order. And everybody that hears the word cancer, they want to hear, well, how long do I have left? And the doctor suggested that Suzanne had 6 months to live, which was, I don't know, a shock, scary. Was enough to make Zach decide that he didn't want to stay in school. He wanted to come home and be able to be there for his mother to help take care of her. And his sister came home as she graduated and to help take care of Suzanne. And through it all, she was a special ed teacher in Baltimore, in one of the absolute worst neighborhoods in the city. And she continued, even after her diagnosis, to work as a school teacher for another 2 years until she had a stroke, and then she couldn't work anymore. But, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What are some of your memories?
I'll just say thanks for those that are sharing. Thomas, so sorry. My wife was just diagnosed with lung cancer, just started radiation therapy. So the organization that we're supporting tonight is an organization I'm involved with. Thomas, I encourage you to take a peek. They have a lot of great resources for those that are enduring lung cancer. Lung Cancer Foundation of America. There's also Lung Cancer Research Foundation, and there's Lung. Those are kind of like the three big lung cancer specific organizations. The reason I'm a part of LCFA is because they fund early stage researchers. And one of the oncologists my mom actually got treatment from used to work directly with LCFA on their scientific advisory board. And so I encourage everyone, including you should really do this. If you are alive, and
no sense in doing it if you're dead.
If you are alive, you should get screened for lung cancer. Doesn't even matter if you haven't smoked. My mom, she did smoke, just like my dad smoked when they were younger, but she had been 20 plus years, 25 years,
longer,
30 years without smoking a cigarette. And interestingly, her her specific genetic mutation of cancer was unrelated to her smoking history. She had ALK, which is a very specific mutation.
And actually, it is extremely rare for former smokers
to get ALK.
To have the ALK mutation.
And unfortunately, it's actually like really common for healthy younger women to get ALK mutation lung cancer. So there's some people that I've met through LCFA, Lung Cancer Foundation of America, who are in their 30s, women in their 30s that get diagnosed with late stage lung cancer. So anyway, Thomas, super sorry for what you're enduring with your wife, and I encourage you get on to, like, you know, there's Facebook groups as well that are really in the weeds on this stuff, and treatment options are better today than they've ever been. So hopefully there's a path for your wife. But we're all this is a bummer. This is a huge bummer, and we've been there.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say,
and we're still here. So,
yes.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is, when there is a cancer diagnosis to someone in your family, it's not just that person who suffers the cancer diagnosis. Even though we didn't have cancer, it was as if we did.
I don't think that's a fair
well, in the sense that of how it changes your life.
Yeah, I would say the role of a caretaker is very involved. If you choose to be very involved, you can also probably be a caretaker and choose to be pretty distant if you wanted to. But the pain that my mom went through is unlike anything I've ever experienced or you've ever experienced. And I don't think it's fair to characterize what we watched her endure or what countless others have gone through as something we can even try to connect to. And did it become our whole lives? Yeah.
That's what I meant when I said their diagnosis becomes your diagnosis.
Yeah.
In the sense, as a caretaker, your life changes much like the patient's life changes.
Our lives did, for sure.
Oh my God. And it was, hopefully you're lucky enough to be working for someone who will allow you the time necessary to be able to care for your wife and do the things that need to be done. And as Zach said, the advancements since Suzanne passed away, in the 8.5 years since she passed away, have been, 10x from what we experienced while she was going through it. The drugs today that are available that make it, in many cases, somewhat of a manageable long-term illness. And it's important that researchers have the funds to continue to do the research that they're doing.
You know what federal funding is for lung cancer research this year?
Zero.
Zero. Got cut all the way down to zero. So this is why, in particular, obviously, I lost my mom to lung cancer, but breast cancer still funded, colon cancer still funded, prostate cancer still funded. Lung cancer got all the way slashed to zero. Not that federal funding for lung cancer was massive to begin with. I think it was, not that I'm trivializing, $20 million, but went from 20 million to zero. And so research for patients that get diagnosed. And lung cancer is, if I'm not mistaken, the largest subset of cancer diagnoses. And again, you don't even have to have ever smoked a cigarette to get diagnosed with it. So
there's more and more people every day that get diagnosed with it that never smoked.
Yeah. So again, the purpose of tonight, what we're trying to do, raising money for this organization, Lung Cancer Foundation of America. We appreciate, ever since we've come on, some folks have contributed here. 10,000 is a big number. In years past, we've had some incredibly generous community members. In years past, we've also oriented this live stream around being like somehow car related too. This year we're not. We're just, I don't know, hanging out with y'all on New Year's Eve talking about this stuff. But thank you to Anonymous. Let's see here, Dad. Let's thank some people. Give me a second, y'all. Jeffrey, thank you for the kind contribution. Jeffrey. Randy, good to see you here. Thank you for the kind contribution. Man, navigating this is going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Thank you for this anonymous contribution, for this one, to MJC63. So this will continue to pop up down here on the live stream. We encourage everyone, if you want to make a contribution, please do. We'll do ours at the end of the show as well, which is really awesome. And this will be running through tonight. So hopefully we can get at least a couple $1,000s raised. That would make me feel,
that would be nice.
That'd make me feel good. Okay, let's keep going here. We've got some people sharing. Randy, thanks, Randy. In memory of my husband, who I lost on January 1st, 2021 to heart failure. Thanks for providing me for a way to feel good by donating to a good cause. Awesome. We love that. So yeah, that's what we're here to do. If y'all have stories to share, please share them. We're here to listen. We're here to talk about them. Yeah, and share as much as we can about our experiences.
Yeah, one of the things that I do every year on the day that Suzanne passed away, she passed away June 30th, 2017. So every June 30th, I post a tribute to her on LinkedIn because, well, I don't understand social media all that well, and I don't have any other outlet for it. And Zach tries to promote it, and I usually write a lengthy piece about how it's impacted our lives or how I've figured out ways to become a better person through Suzanne's inspiration from having watched her fight as long as she fought and as hard as she fought. The idea of perseverance and grit and just refusing to give in for as long as she did. So
not that it's failure when she chose to do that, or anyone who's going through it. I think there's a lot of beauty in wanting to call it quits because it seemed pretty miserable.
Oh well, yeah, I'll never forget that Monday when the doctors were in talking to her and suggesting we could do this or we could do that, and Suzanne just looked at him and she said, "No, I think I'm done. I think I've had enough."
Thanks, Frank, in memory of my mother-in-law, Pauline. Sorry for your loss, Frank.
Sorry. Yeah, may her memory be a blessing.
Yep.
And it's a struggle for everyone involved, but it was so rewarding to watch your mother fight the way she fought. Can she continue to do the things that she wanted to do as long as she could, to persevere in ways that I didn't even know were possible, and I'm such a wuss. I probably couldn't hold a candle to what she was willing to put up with. It's an awful disease, but it's one that we need to continue research on so that hopefully all cancers can either be eradicated or managed as long-term illnesses as opposed to death sentences.
Yep.
What say you?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have too much to say. Yeah, I don't have too much to say.
That's so unlike you.
Well, that's the reality of the situation. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know quite what to do, but we can.
Did you want to share any of the posts that I've made in the past, or?
I don't really feel like crying. I really don't. I'll like pull them up so that everyone can see them, but
you didn't want to ring in the New Year's with tears?
No, honestly, no. I'm not really feeling like a strong energy or connection to that. But you can see here my dad does, so I encourage you to check it out. That's his name. Every year posts these posts, which are really nice, really kind. Maybe we can go through like some photos, like family photos and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not feeling like a huge pull. We can look at some photos. There we go.
Yeah, your mother would have been proud.
Proud of what?
Proud of you and proud of your sister. And I remember writing that thinking to myself, my God, those are words that as a parent, you never want to have to share with your children. That A, your mother would have been proud, or B, your father would have been proud. They would have much preferred to be able to have been there with you and helped guide you on your path in life. And so, yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you lose a partner, your best friend, your mother. It's hard. It's really hard.
All right, we'll go through some photos. How about that? This was a family trip to Skyline Drive.
The first time ever after we moved to the Annapolis area.
Yeah. So family dog Cinnamon.
Yeah.
That's me, my mom, my sister, my dad.
I was fat back then too, but I think I had a little more hair.
Thanks, Mega Beaches. My sister is a special ed teacher In Maryland, it takes a special person to take that calling on. I'm truly sorry for your loss. Thank you. Yes, I agree. Special education is crazy. You got to have so much empathy. Crazy, I mean, in the sense of like, you've got to be really wired to want to connect with people who are
And
challenged
remember
to connect with.
I remember when your mother sent you kids a text saying, "Yes, it was my school where they found the kid with a gun in the school, and no, everything's okay. We're all right."
Yeah, it's definitely scary stuff. Working in special needs, and then also the particular school my mom was at. But yeah, this was a fun family trip. Yeah, I think that was a fun family trip. Did your mom get in a fight on this trip?
No.
Nice. It was a fun family trip.
No, not at all.
All right, next one.
Oh yeah,
this was Snowmageddon.
Yes, this was the year that the Baltimore area got like 90 some inches of snow, and here's what you need to just some background.
Yeah.
On that picture, my children were born in Arizona. They had seen snow. They had never seen it snow. And I'll never forget the day that snow started, and Zach called me. He said, "My God, it's snowing." I said, "You've seen snow before." He said, "But I've never seen it falling from the sky before."
Yeah.
And then it was like, I don't know, it felt like 9 feet because
what did we end up getting? Like 3 or 4 feet of snow over 2 weeks. It was crazy.
Yeah, and then we had those back-to-back blizzards, and you helped at one of the dealerships I worked at.
I got to go to the car dealership and blow snow or push snow off of cars. I got paid,
shovel snow.
I got paid $100. I was happy.
Yeah, $100 a day. Child labor laws. I wonder how many of those we broke. But yeah, that was a crazy winter, and I remember your mother and I were in Boston for treatment, and then she had an issue, and they kept her for a couple extra days, and they let her out in time for us to be able to catch the last flight out of Boston to Baltimore before a blizzard struck.
Wow.
And as we got back to Baltimore, it started to snow, and it didn't stop snowing for like 3 days after that. And we really were buried deep in snow.
There's the dog.
Yeah,
that was a good time. Cinnamon wore the dog's name was Cinnamon. Cinnamon wore that jacket for years, man.
Even when it didn't snow.
Lots of snow. This was fun. This is a family photo.
Yeah.
This was right after my mom's diagnosis, if I'm not mistaken. We decided that we should get family photos done.
Yeah.
That was like a fun day, but also a very sad day.
Yes. We understand you're going to die soon. So
we might as well get some nice photos.
Yeah, so let's get some family photos. Yes.
So that's my dad's brother, my uncle behind him, my sister in the middle, me in the back there, my mom.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I remember that day. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
A cousin was like, "We should get photos."
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Because you're gonna die soon. All right.
Yeah.
This
is the stuff you.
This was a fun day. This was my sister's graduation. So she went to McGill University up in Montreal. Cool school up there. And what was fun about this day that I remember in particular, there it is. My mom
red socks.
Wearing red socks. So this was after her diagnosis. So I think that's something that I didn't understand was, even though my mom was diagnosed, it's not like life ended instantly.
No.
And her initial prognosis again was 6 months. So
yes.
It should have ended pretty quickly, but because of the genetic mutation that she had, she was able to live a fairly, I wouldn't say normal life, but I mean, we were able to travel to this graduation, for example, in Montreal. And
I'll never forget the day she went to the hospital for her first chemotherapy.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor, while your mother was in the office, the doctor called me. He said, it's not often I ever get to share good news with somebody. He said, but we're not going to do chemo. We're not going to start her on chemo. It turns out that she has the ALK mutation, which we didn't expect her to have. And we're going to be able to start her on some clinical trials.
It wasn't clinical trials. It was the alectinib or it was over-the-counter. Not over-the-counter. No. It was a pill drug.
It was a prescription.
It was a prescription, yeah. Sorry, prescription, not pill drug.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a clinical trial. There was actually an FDA-approved had already gone through all 4 phases of the clinical trial. It was just a pill she had to take. And she was kind of good for like
a little bit.
a couple months.
And then we had to start looking at clinical trials, and that was when we started going up to Boston.
Yeah.
Because they had at Mass General, they had some of the preeminent oncologists working on this, and clinical trials kept her around and doing pretty damn well for a considerable length of time for somebody that was given 6 months to live.
It is, though, I think, really important to call it. So this is part of why I love supporting Lung Cancer Foundation of America. Again, what they do and why we're doing this in benefit of them tonight is they fund early stage and early career researchers, oncologists and researchers, specifically for lung cancer.
Yes.
And
Dr. Shaw was.
Let's do this really quickly. Let's see, Pops. Let's come over here. Lung cancer stage 4 life expectancy. So the reason I do this,
yes,
stage 4 lung cancer life expectancy varies greatly, but averages from 4 to 13 months. The reason I bring this up is because we were able to go to Johns Hopkins in Baltimore for my mom's initial treatment, and they did the genetic testing, or the mutation testing, I should say, for the cancer, and it was ALK positive. So now let me do lung cancer stage 4 life expectancy, ALK. 6.8 years.
Yes, there was.
Now, did my mom live 6.8 years? No, I wish.
Yes.
I wish. She lived 2.5 maybe, and had the stroke in there, which complicated things.
Yes.
But that is what's so incredible about the research. And to your point, eventually she went to do clinical trials. But I mean, initially there was, you can see here, it's all these drugs that end in nib. My mom did all these nibs. Crizotinib, alectinib, lorlatinib. She did all of them. Lorlatinib was this early stage. I think it was like a phase 2 clinical trial that she did.
I do know that
this is why the research is so important.
Yes. And when we would go up to Mass General to see Dr. Shaw and Dr. Lin, there was a patient there, Linnea Olsen.
Linnea wasn't there. She was in the Facebook group.
But we would run into her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and she was like a hero.
She ran the Facebook group
to the ALK community because I think she survived 15 years with lung cancer. And so she was like the poster child for anybody that had lung cancer, because you could look at what she was, all the different clinical trials that she would go on. And just so you know, I mean, when you go on a clinical trial, and if you read the...
Sorry, Kimberly. Good to see you. Happy New Year. Hope you're doing well.
Hi, Kimberly. But if you read the clinical trials and all the paperwork associated with them, they ain't guaranteeing you anything.
It's been super interesting. I actually did I've become good friends with, I'm going to pull it up. Cartography.
And the reason people go through clinical trials is so that they can learn what the side effects are going to be, how to counteract those side effects.
So he's become a good friend of mine.
Yes.
Guy named Kevin Parker. Love Kevin. He founded this company, Dad. So I think we're cool because we founded CarEdge.
Yes.
At the same time that we founded CarEdge, Kevin founded Cartography Biosciences. Kevin's my age. Kevin just got, and it's a huge accomplishment, phase 1 human trial approval for his prostate cancer drug.
Wow.
Which is, if you think about it, and it's been insane getting to know Kevin in this way. So we go to people. I'll pull up Kevin really quickly. Kevin. Love Kevin, dear friend. He's a guy just like you and me who had an idea for a treatment pathway, and 5 years ago started this company, and now has phase 1 trial. And I was on the phone with Kevin recently, and he's like, "Yeah, we're putting this thing in humans, and it's costing them." I mean, he's raised over $150 million for his company to get this drug to phase 1 trial. And he's a guy just like you and me, just like you and me, who wakes up and instead of making YouTube videos about cars, he wakes up and he thinks about how to, for prostate cancer, make a difference there. And so I do think funding these early stage researchers, funding these entrepreneurs even to create treatment paths that are viable for better survival so that there can be women or men like Linnea who lived over 15 years or more
Yes.
broadly. I think this is just an insane juxtaposition. You got ALK,
Yes.
the median overall survival is 6.8 years versus 4 to 13 months.
And I do remember that it was like when we found out your mom had ALK, it was like, well, if you're going to have lung cancer, this is the lung cancer to have. It's like hitting the lung cancer lottery. And it really shouldn't have to be that way. We were thankful that it was, but all these trials, all this research is just so important and so valuable. And I know it's easy to say, well, we shouldn't spend the money on it, but if it were to ever happen to you, you will have wished that we did.
Yeah, keep sharing stories in the chat. It's like really, and for me at least, touching and giving me some energy here. So obviously, Kimberly, so sorry about your dad passing away from lung cancer at 62. Grateful to see your face pop up here.
Yes.
This is from DH8144. We are headed to surgery on Friday. You two have been a calm voice in the chaos of treatment and helped us find a car. Love that we helped you find the car. Glad that we can be a voice.
You know what? We don't take this wrong when I say this. I think Zach would agree with me. We would much prefer to help you find a cure and then a car, not the other way around.
Yeah. Let's keep raising money. We're raising money for a good cause, that's for sure. No one I know or myself haven't been affected.
It's like there's like no degrees of separation.
Yeah, most people have been touched or know someone who's been.
Yes,
yeah, it's sad, man. It's really sad. From the LCFA team, thanks by the way, LCFA team. It's important for patients to know you are not a statistic, and thanks to the research, there are more tools to personalize your treatment than ever before. I think one of the things Mom did really well was advocate for herself.
Well, that's the thing. If there's one thing I will say as a patient, you do absolutely positively have to advocate for yourself. Our original oncologist at Johns Hopkins, he knew what he knew and he was comfortable with what he knew, but he wasn't necessarily comfortable with what was going on in the fringes. And so as the patient, it is incumbent upon you to scour the internet, gather information, find out what's going on, check what type of clinical trials are available, and to a degree, pressure your primary oncologist to open themselves up to be willing to accept some additional information. And our original doctor, he was willing to do that. He was willing to look beyond what his comfort level was. And so it is important for you as the patient to be able to say, hey, I understand what you're saying, doctor. However, through some of my research, I have come across this, or that. Could you please take a look at some of this and see if it might make sense for me? And at a certain point, some of this stuff would work or might work, and we should look into it. And so it was as much a learning experience for us as it was for him. But your mother kind of sort of insisted on it in a way that only your mother could.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you and I have slightly different approaches on it, but I do think generally patient advocacy is super important.
Yes.
And doing research is critically important, your own individual research, which I think is more accessible now than ever before through the AIs of the world. That being said, this is part of the reason why I encourage you to find organizations, whether you're doing research on lung cancer or on a different form of cancer, find an organization that you feel good about, and then see what research information they have here on the LCFA website, for example. They obviously vet what gets posted here. So information from Mayo Clinic, Memorial Sloan Kettering, the New York Times, Forbes, like this is a good, from JMA, this is a good resource for those of you who are looking for information specifically about lung cancer, new treatment paths for non-small cell lung cancer. Just encourage people to do their research. And again, like I said a second ago, there's more options than ever before, probably accessible from all those AI tools out there. We're back to the photos. This was Mom's birthday. We went to
The art museum
in Baltimore.
Yes, and I forget the name of the restaurant that's at the art museum. But yeah, that was we made a reservations. We went there for Mom's birthday, and then
and this was post-diagnosis.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is and then we wandered the art museum, and really had a lovely day.
We did. And you can see, like, she looks like a normal person.
She was a normal person. She was just sick.
Yeah, but it was interesting. It was like it didn't disrupt everything immediately. And you're looking pretty good there too, Pops.
I'm looking fat as ever. And one of the things that we did discover, unfortunately, was we decided to take a long weekend in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, this was something. I was not there for this.
No, and this was post-diagnosis, and we had never flown before. But as we were flying, Suzanne always had a
portable oxygen.
No, she didn't have that.
Oh, sorry, pulse oximeter.
Yes, to see what her oxygen levels were, and she told me, man, I'm feeling lightheaded. I have a headache, and we looked at the oxygen levels, and it was like 76.
You want your SPO to be like 98, 99, yeah.
Yeah, and so I had to hit the call button and say, is there any oxygen on the plane? My wife has lung cancer, and her oxygen levels are really, really low. And luckily, there was this was a somewhat inexperienced crew member, and she wasn't entirely sure what to do, but there was another crew member who wasn't a member of this crew who was flying to Fort Lauderdale, who happened to be on the plane. And she jumped right in, brought in the oxygen for Suzanne, and she used oxygen for the rest of the flight. And then they broke it to us gently. Oh, by the way, you can't fly on the plane again unless you have a portable oxygen concentrator. Now, we were in Fort Lauderdale to try and relax for a few days. Two of the 4 days we were there were spent running around trying to get our hands on a portable oxygen concentrator, so that we would be able to fly home. And it was at that point that anytime we flew anywhere, we had to have a portable oxygen concentrator with us. And then at a later stage, she always needed to have a portable oxygen concentrator. And here's this little 5-foot-tall woman with terminal lung cancer, going off to school every morning to teach her students, and carrying a portable oxygen concentrator with her so that she could make sure she had enough air in her lungs so that she could teach them. And that is a level of dedication that just absolutely amazes me to this day, that she felt so compelled to want to still help those kids, that she would carry this. Not, wasn't particularly heavy, but it was, it's a little bit of a burden to have to carry one of those with you everywhere you go, just so she could teach.
Yeah,
it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. Definitely taught me a lot about resilience and perseverance.
Yes.
Keep coming here in the chat. Thanks,
Sure.
LCFA team. Absolutely right. Advocacy and second opinions matter, and it's totally okay to get a second opinion.
Yes.
From Mega Beaches. You always need to advocate for yourself, or you need family and friends to advocate for you. If you don't, then there's a chance they'll treat you just like another file to process, excuse me. Good to see you here, Justin.
Thank you,
and likewise, so great to see you, Kimberly. Miss you, Kimberly.
Yes.
Hope you're doing well. I'll text you after the show here. Actually, I'll text you while we're live. And Justin is right. Thank you, everyone, for your kind contributions. Dad, we'll do a little check-in here. We're closing in on $1,000 raised, which is awesome. We set a big goal. We'd love to raise $10,000, but any money raised for LCFA is a worthy endeavor. So thank you to everyone who's gotten us to $845.
What's the point of setting a little goal?
Yeah,
just so you can say you hit it.
just to say you can hit it. Let's come up here, Dad, and let's acknowledge some of the kind contributions that have come in. Thank you to these anonymous contributions. This was really generous from 1873 Victorian Home.
Well, thank you so much.
Donate $100. That's awesome. Awesome.
And by the way, every penny of these donations goes to LCFA.
Yeah, what's great about this is YouTube allows us to do these fundraisers where they don't take any money. Obviously, it doesn't touch our hands. It goes straight to the charity, which is fantastic. Man, they do not make scrolling easy here. Thank you to this anonymous $20 contribution. Kimberly, thank you for your kind
$20
Kimberly. Contribution. For this anonymous contribution from Shrey Reynolds, thank you for that kind contribution as well. Let's come back here, Dad. Another comment in the chat. Yes, Happy New Year's to everyone. Hopefully your New Year's Eve plans get a little more cheery after this, but
I don't know how I couldn't.
Yeah. From Shrey Reynolds, my dad passed away from lung cancer on March 5th, 2017 in Malaysia. Wow. I was lucky to be able to get 2 months leave of absence from work to help care for him and be with him before he passed away. That's really beautiful. Sorry for your loss.
Yes. Yeah. And I will say, as everybody knows, I spent 43 years in...
How many years did you spend in the car business?
40, maybe more. I don't know. I spent over 40 years in the car business, and the car business is a miserable business in that it is so time consuming, and time off is not a thing that is something that is given. But I will say...
Yeah, did you get time off?
I will say that the people I worked for at that time treated me as if I was family and understood the gravity of the situation and always said to me, whatever it is that you need time-wise, you take, we'll figure it out. And they did. And
yeah, I still have a ton of resentment towards that phase of life, though, because... Which, to be clear, was a lot of the inspiration for starting Car Edge. Because, like, how old was I? 20, maybe? 19? And, like, me and my mom would do the flights up to Boston.
I would do the flights to Boston.
Not all of them. Like, and that's what was crazy to me. That's what was absolutely nuts to me. Is, like, you know, occasionally you'd have to be at work. I was like, what the hell's the point of work? Like, but
you still have to provide for your family.
I know. Trust me, I've reconciled, like, logically, intellectually, what was going on, but absolutely nuts. You know, it's like, yeah, it's absolutely nuts to me. But a lot of my resentment towards the auto industry came out of that experience of, like, sitting on the plane, you know, in Boston Logan, flying back after a full day of scans and being like, where the hell is Dad? And it's like, oh no, he's at work. What? Like, what? But, you know, you were as available as you could be, and I think your employer did a good job giving you that flexibility.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think I got more PTO than I had ever earned.
Yeah, I'm sure. Which is what you did. What do you do? What do you do? You got it. You got to support people. But
well, no, you don't.
To Shrey Reynolds, I'm glad that you were able to take 2 months.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you don't have to. But if you work for someone or with people that don't understand the magnitude of this type of situation, get your paycheck and leave. go find good people.
Well,
life's about a lot more than
you would hope that any employer would understand, but there are employers out there that do not, and there has to be a certain level of humanity between an employer and an employee, and they have to understand when an employee might need some additional assistance.
I get it.
I know you
From
get it.
Old school. Thank you. Strength and blessings to the Shefskas. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
I pray you exceed your goal this year and years to come. Thank you. I hope we do too. It'd be really fun. I was so tempted. I always feel just be very vulnerable. That I always feel so conflicted about these. Like annually, we've done it. This is what, maybe like the 4th or 5th.
I don't know.
We've done it once per year, which is really nice. And I think in the early days, like every year we've done clickbait. Car market flipped. Car dealers, end of car dealers. And then it's also just like happens to be a fundraiser.
Yes.
And that's always sat a little uneasy with me. And so this year, obviously, we're not doing anything car related. And hopefully we'll be able to hit our goal. I kind of get the sense that because we're not doing something clickbaity car related, we won't exceed our goal this year, which I feel actually like way more comfortable with because it feels more intimate and real. And it pains me that if we want to raise more money, we've got to car market flip flames.
Come donate.
Yeah, come donate. It just doesn't sit right with me. It just doesn't sit right with me. So anyway, appreciate you supporting us on this, and thank you to everyone who is joining us for an hour here to hang out on New Year's Eve from the LCFA team for 2026 New Year's resolution. If you or someone you know has a smoking history, suggest asking your doctor about getting screened for lung cancer. Early detection matters a lot. I will continue to advocate. I know the LCFA team feels this way too. Even if you haven't smoked, get screened for lung cancer. I want to find a way to bring more awareness to the fact that anyone can get lung cancer. A lot of people who have never smoked,
who never picked up a cigarette in their lives. So, and younger people. I mean, it's the instances of younger people being diagnosed with lung cancer. It's been going up.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part. People who may have never touched a cigarette or been around people that smoke. It is absolutely frightening, the number of younger people, and when I say younger, in their 20s and 30s, with aggressive forms of lung cancer. It's scary.
Yeah, here's just some of the data. 10 to 20% of lung cancer patients have never smoked. I wonder what the average age is. Let's see that. Average age of lung cancer patients. Typically around 70.
Well, your mother wasn't.
Younger adults, about 10% of cases are in people 55 or younger. Yeah.
And
there you go. Cases in those that are 35 or less are 1%, but rising.
Yeah, and that's so is that environmental? I mean, who knows?
We are not the researchers. However, we
Yeah.
would love to keep funding them. All right, let's back to the photos. Let's stay on for the hour. So we'll go for another 20 minutes or so here. Oh man, I remember this day, but I don't quite remember where the heck it was.
It was Mother's Day.
This was Mother's Day, yeah.
It was Mother's Day, and it was a place near Laurel, Maryland. I forget the name of the little.
Yeah, I forget
because it was antique shops and everything.
Yeah, it was antique shops. You're so right. You've got a good memory.
I do for an old guy.
Yeah, you do. For an old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun day.
Yeah.
I remember that. I had fun that day. Let's keep going here. Family photo.
Family photo.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a throwback.
Oh my goodness. For dead people.
Yeah. So the back of the head that you see.
Yes.
That's actually my mom.
Yeah.
Been like that grandfather. Pop, who one inspiration to me. Through that, he's and he
yes. After your grandmother passed away.
How many years did it live?
He wanted to go to the home. I and so what you know came with us, and then yes, and he threw the work. He passed away. Yes, he could over and over, but they were such great stories. A wonderful man, caring, giving, just really an absolutely wonderful man.
We back? Maybe we're back. I think we're back. I don't know.
Are we back?
I'm not sure. Wait for it. Let's see. Are we back? This is almost fun. We're back. Okay.
We're back?
Yeah, sorry guys. Wi-Fi was acting up. Okay. We're back to family photos. Thanks to everyone who puts up with this. I don't know how we got so lucky. But all right, we're back to family photo time. So yeah, that was my grandfather.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Coming in crisp. Thanks, Justin. Bummer about the Wi-Fi. Sorry about that, guys.
Yes.
That's my grandfather, Pop, and my mom. So yeah, crazy. This
Yes.
photo is probably from what, like early 2000s? Gotta be.
Yeah. It was. Yeah.
Gotta be from the early 2000s.
Yeah. When your mom had really short hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep moving here. Oh, yep, there's mom
Yeah.
doing something.
I'm getting food.
Okay, so this
That's 2 months before she passed away, or a month before she passed
was a
away.
month.
Yeah.
Holy
1 month.
cow, that's crazy, man. Okay, so this is one of my favorite photos. It was for a long time in my phone background. This is from the YMCA.
Yes.
In
Arnold, Maryland.
So my dad never works out.
Is that why this is one of your favorite photos, or is it because your mother
and my mom, even amidst her diagnosis, liked to go to the gym?
Well, and this was after a stroke.
Yeah, she had also had a stroke, which
Yeah.
like stroke awareness needs to happen more and more because holy cow, strokes are so traumatic. And wow, did I learn a lot about the brain and about strokes. But anyway,
Yeah.
we went to the gym. My mom was like, I want to go to the Y and I want to go ride the bike. Lung cancer, stroke. So she was relearning how to use the left side of her body. She lost full left side of her body. So that was absolutely nuts. That was crazy. And yeah, even my dad, who hated going to the gym, he came and he rode the bike for a minute.
I did, yeah.
And mom looked so happy and you looked so not happy, but you did it.
I had a smile on my face.
You were doing it. Yeah, I guess you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have a scowl. Yeah. And that was exactly a month before mom passed away.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was May 30th.
That's crazy, man.
Yes.
That's absolutely crazy. Yeah, I didn't realize that was so soon, so connected. All right, let's keep going here. Oh, yeah, another family photo.
Oh, that's from your 21st birthday?
No, mom passed away before I turned 21.
That's from your 20th birthday?
My 20th birthday.
Yeah. At our dear friend's house, the Freighters.
Was that at the Fridays? I thought this is at that restaurant that we went to.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Tavola.
A smile on his face and a phone in his hand. Wait a second. Yep, you were holding the phone there. You can see it. There was a phone there. Probably watching the Suns game or something.
I did not.
That was fun. Yeah, this was a fun day. I remember that day.
Yeah.
I had a weird beard at that time.
And you combed your hair back.
Yeah.
And you did everything in your power to make it not look curly.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
Little did I know I had curly hair, which I love. Yeah, my mom.
Yeah.
Cuties. Family photo, mom. And then we're back. So anyway, that's what's on Facebook. Good old time.
Yeah.
Good old time. All right, let's check in, Dad. We've raised, drum roll, please, almost $1,000, $895.
Look at that.
Thank you, everyone who's donating.
Well, that's $895 more than the old Lung Cancer Foundation of America had before we started this.
Dad, let's thank some people.
Yes.
Some really kind contributions. This anonymous contribution we appreciate. $200.
Wow.
1873 Victorian home. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Got to zoom out here and scroll up. Thank you for these contributions, y'all. Really means the world to us. Feels very special to be able to raise funds for such an important organization. So thank you.
Indeed.
Oh, Justin says the total is higher than that refresh. I don't trust myself, Justin. Obviously.
Well, refresh. What happens if you refresh?
An 1873 Victorian home says, "Anonymous donor? Heck no! I want a plaque on your office door." All right, we can make that happen. Maybe there's a chance we can make that happen. Wow, Dad.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness gracious! Look at
All
that.
right, we refreshed.
Yeah.
Say thank you. We're up to over $1,000. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank
Over
you.
1,100, wasn't
Over
it?
$1,100. Yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
Thank you. Thank you all.
All right, Dad. What do you want to do for another 10 minutes? You can look at more photos. I can pull up more photos. We can. Oh, let me just look at photos. Give me a second.
Okay, we'll give you all the time you need.
Give me a second.
Because this is on your computer. I don't know what photos you have on your computer. Oh my God, there's some good ones.
Yeah, I've got lots of photos. Give me a second.
Oh my God, there's one of my wedding.
All right, yeah, we'll go here.
Okay, in case anybody was wondering if I ever had hair and if I was ever thin, and if I could really grow a beard. Yes, I had hair. Yes, I was thin, and apparently I could grow a beard.
That's my dad.
Yeah, and that's your mom. Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. 98 pounds, 5 foot tall when I met your mother.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. She had abs you would die for.
Man, I do Pilates now, and
she had washboard abs.
Yeah, I want my mom's abs.
Yeah.
Jim, thank you for this. Not often you hear two dudes with the courage to be vulnerable about such a personal journey, especially regarding a cancer with a gigantic stigma and challenged by nihilism. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Hey,
thank you.
We can. The older you get in life, the more you realize that if there are ways you can help other people, and it doesn't cost you anything to be able to help other people other than being nice and trying to do nice things, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I think a lot of what what we do with our business comes from that mentality. Just like try and be good people, try and bring good energy to the world. Yeah. Justice wants to know, we'll go to the next photo in a second. What was Mom's favorite movie? I don't know this. What was Mom's favorite movie?
Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman. Okay.
She could.
I don't think I've ever even seen Pretty Woman.
Oh my God! If she was scrolling through the channels and Pretty Woman was on, that was it.
Game over. We're watching Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was.
I know Mom liked Mamma Mia, the musical.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that because she knows I wouldn't have sat through that.
Yeah.
So I guess her favorite movie when I was around
was Pretty Woman.
Was Pretty Woman. Yeah. With Richard Gere and Julia Roberts.
Okay, so that's another photo I absolutely love.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite photos.
So that's our dog, or was our dog Cinnamon? She passed away.
Yes, a few years ago.
A few years ago, more than that. 5 years ago, probably now.
Well, 5 is a few.
Yeah, 5 years ago. Her and my mom were like
inseparable.
Yeah.
And as I like to say, there's a picture of two of my favorite girls.
Yeah, Cinnamon's a good dog.
Yeah. And that was right after Mom's stroke.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my Uncle Kurt.
Yes.
I guess he actually isn't my Uncle Kurt. I just called him Uncle Kurt.
No, he was your uncle.
Let's think.
He's your great uncle.
My great uncle. Yeah, that's what he is. Great uncle.
Yeah.
Yep. My Uncle Kurt. So that was my mom's dad's. No, my mom's
brother.
Yeah. My mom's brother.
And
my grandmother.
That was
after my mom's stroke as well.
Yeah, that was our first Thanksgiving after Mom's stroke, and Mom's stroke was in September.
Yeah, it was on my sister's birthday. My mom's stroke was on
September 24th.
Yeah, my sister's birthday. God, that was a day. That was a freaking day.
Yeah.
This was post-stroke.
This was chemo day. That was
chemo day post-stroke. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a bummer. Oh, this was up in Boston.
Yes.
If I remember correctly. I'm trying to zoom out.
Yes. It was one of my lunches with your mother up in Boston.
Oops, let me zoom out here. Yeah, that was Boston.
Yes.
Yes,
that was a day we were up there for clinical trials and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
was the summertime.
My dad got my mom a David Yurman bracelet.
Lots of David Yurman bracelets.
Well, that.
Yeah.
make sure mom looks good in her jewelry,
Yeah.
which has inspired me to get a piece of David Yurman jewelry.
Yes,
so thank
look
you,
at
Dad.
you. Yeah.
Thank you for that. This is that day. This is her birthday.
Yeah, at the art
At
museum.
the art museum, graduation. Oh, this is a fun photo. This is Longwood Gardens.
Longwood Gardens with
Oh my
cousin Jed.
God. There we go.
Yeah.
My eyes are closed, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Longwood Gardens, super beautiful gardens outside of Philadelphia. If you haven't been,
That was
Fort Lauderdale,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
that was when Mom and I were in Fort Lauderdale.
I like her scarf.
Yes.
I like that. That was a cute look.
Yes.
That was a good look.
She was very fashionable.
That was a really good look. I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
First time she ever went to a professional football game was a preseason game, but that's okay. Okay. Compliments of my employer. They gave me tickets to that.
Could
game.
you imagine your first ever NFL game? It's like, honey,
We're going to a
good
preseason
news.
game.
you want to go to an NFL game? Well, I'm
Yeah.
60 years old. I've never gone to one before, so not really.
Food was free. Come on now.
Love that. I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. God, I was fat there too. Jeez.
That's my dad's brother. My
Yeah,
uncle.
that's our deck in our house in Arnold.
Family photo.
Yeah, at the Chinese restaurant in Drexel Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom
Skyline Drive.
Mom taking the dog out.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is Montreal.
Yes. When you kids were scouting out Montreal for Dara going to school there. And it looks so nice that time of year, whatever time it was.
Yeah, it is definitely cold, that's for sure.
Yeah.
My mom's best friend from childhood, Sandy.
Sandy.
Who we're still dear friends with today.
Yes.
My Aunt Doreen, who was this my bar mitzvah?
Yeah, I think so.
This was my bar mitzvah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Aunt Doreen's still alive, which is incredible.
Yes.
She's such a strong, awesome woman. Such a bummer that my mom's
that's
not
in
here
our
with
backyard in our house in
Oh my
Mesa,
gosh,
Arizona. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was with Monk the Wonder Dog.
Yeah, there's a dog there. It's a little
Yeah.
hard to see, but there's a
Yeah.
dog there.
Yeah.
This was my sister's bat mitzvah.
Yes.
So for those of you that aren't familiar, boys get bar mitzvahs, women get bat mitzvahs.
Yes. And the theme of Dara's bat mitzvah was nothing but fun and games, and that's what it was.
Look at that shirt, man. Tell me you did that. We did those shirts ourselves. That is
without
not-
telling you that?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Lake Tahoe.
Yes.
All right. Was my dad in the car business?
I don't know if you could tell.
Wearing his Acura hat.
Yeah.
Lake Tahoe. That was fun.
Yes.
I liked Lake Tahoe. Wow.
Wow. This is
Okay,
the
so
Wayback Machine.
Yeah. So all right, we'll stay. This will be one of the last ones. Those are my mom's parents.
Yeah.
And that's my sister.
Yes.
That's your daughter. Yeah.
Yes.
It's crazy because now she has a baby.
Yes.
That is that age.
Yes.
How old is Dara in that, you think?
11 months. I don't know.
Like definitely less than a year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So now my sister, who is the baby in this photo, has a baby.
Yes. That's 11 months. We'll be 11 months old on the 6th of January.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Milk curtains from Fry's. Yeah.
Yes. 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 That's when we lived in Mesa.
Mesa, Arizona.
Yeah. We lived in Red Mountain Ranch. Yeah. It was a beautiful area.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more. It's kind of fun. Mom and Dara, that's out on the Severn River.
Yes.
When we lived in Annapolis area.
Yes.
I'm kayaking.
Yes.
Mom and Dara, Baltimore maybe?
Yeah, that's, I don't know. Or DC.
Snow.
Oh, that was for a cousin's wedding.
This was a wedding we went to way back when.
And you got dressed at Uncle Kenny's house.
All right, cherry blossoms. Went on cherry blossoms. This was Washington, D.C. for the cherry blossoms.
Yes.
I think before we moved out there.
No, it was
After
when we
we
were
moved out
Yeah,
there.
it was when we were
There you
living
go.
there. Yeah.
Okay, everyone, let's do a final check here. Thank you so much for those of you that have contributed. We've raised $1,185. Let's call it a show, Pops. I'll show you how we can donate when we hop off here. This will be live for another 3 hours, 59 minutes. So anyone that tunes in after the fact, please donate.
If you feel up to it, if you feel like you'd like to, please do. If you don't, we understand.
Thank you, Brad.
Yeah.
Thank you to this individual. We appreciate everyone that's contributing. And sorry again about the internet cutting out in the middle.
Hey, it's the beauty of live YouTube.
Have a happy New Year's Eve. We're here in New Orleans.
Yes.
So I don't know. You gonna go out on Bourbon Street tonight, Dad?
Not even tomorrow morning, not tomorrow afternoon. No, I'm not going on Bourbon Street. No, they don't need short, fat, bald old guys on Bourbon Street.
There's quite a few
there's plenty of them out there already. They don't need
God.
another one.
Bourbon Street is absurd. It's just full of UGA and Ole Miss fans right now, and also a bunch of kids that look like they're about 15 to 20 years old,
all getting drunk.
Oh, all getting drunk.
Yes,
Bourbon Street's absurd.
It is. If there's,
I don't drink alcohol. My dad rarely drinks, so it's just
yeah. But if you ever want to go to a city where you could, this would be the city, and Bourbon Street would be the place.
So anyway, we'll see what we get up to tonight. But everyone have a happy, healthy
New
Year's Eve, and then we'll be back. We'll be back on Monday of next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll take a little time off, and then we'll get back on it on Monday. Next week's gonna be a little weird for me. I'm doing some more travel and whatnot, but yeah, we'll be back on Monday with all the regular car stuff. Thank you to everyone who supported us this year. We appreciate it.
Thank
on
you
the
all.
Business side, and thank you to everyone who supported LCFA tonight. We appreciate that as well.
Have a safe New Year's Eve.
All right, guys. See you Monday.